thankful first to be able to share what I've learned with you. And one thing that has struck me is how I had expectations when I was a teenager and a 20-something about what my marriage would be like. And we're now celebrating 17 years of marriage. We're cruising right into our 18th. And I have to say, those expectations I had for marriage have not panned out. What I thought it would be like to be in love and to raise a family is not at all what my experience has been. I'm not saying it's been bad. It's been great. I wouldn't trade it for anything. But I wonder what would have happened, rewind, if my expectations were a little bit more realistic. I want to be able to share with you a way to approach your future relationships with a realistic understanding. And there's a particular verse in the Bible that makes me think about this all the time. So in Romans 12, which is one of my favorite passages of Scripture, in Romans 12:18, God communicates this to us. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. So when you look at that verse, if it is possible, that means it is going to be hard to do what? To live at peace with everyone. And that peace depends upon us and how we engage in a relationship with somebody else. Whether that be our parents or our roommates or our coworkers or our spouse. And so I had a situation over this past weekend where my life kind of collided. Funeral, bridal shower, 8.5-year-old birthday party. My daughter broke her ankle at the party. 2 baby showers. Was a double baby shower to go to on Sunday. It was kind of a crazy weekend. And unfortunately, I let that pressure build up inside of me, and in turn, kind of took it out on my husband. But see, I have this expectation that I walked into my marriage with, that if I'm married to you, you're going to help me solve my problems. If I'm married to you, you're going to make me feel better when I'm upset. If I'm married to you, you are going to pour out upon me the love of God and wash me in the Word and give me everything that I need to make me happy. Well, that's a false expectation to have. Our spouse is not meant to make us happy. That's not why God put him on this earth or her on this earth. God has designed our relationships to glorify Him. And that's not by replacing Him. And so I said some things to my husband that were hurtful. We went to sleep with the sun going down on our hurt feelings. And the next morning I got up and I went through the motions of meeting with God, even though I didn't really feel like it. And I said, Lord, I'm sorry. You know, when it comes back to this verse, if at all possible, as far as it depends upon me, live at peace with my husband. And I didn't pursue that end because my expectations were for him to make me happy. So I want to ask you right now, what are your expectations for what a future spouse will do for you? Do you expect happiness to come through that relationship? Do you expect security? Do you expect maybe prosperity? Do you expect success? What are your expectations about your future relationship with your spouse? And how are those expectations not consistent with what the scriptures say is true? And so if you back up in this favorite passage of mine, Romans 12, verse 1 says, "Therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship." It continues in verse 2, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will." So see, God's will isn't for our happiness. That's what the world tells us. We are not to be conformed to what the world says a relationship will give to us. Instead, we are to come to God, look at His Word, say, what does your Word say about how you want me to be in a relationship with my spouse, with the people that you have put in my life? And how do I need to ditch my expectations in exchange for your truth? And so I hope this encourages you on a number of levels. One, that you know that marriages aren't perfect, but you can persevere, that they require an effort on your part in order to be peaceful, that the Word will teach you what to expect and how to change your expectations so you can receive the gifts that God has given us. My name is Elisa Pulliam. I'm the founder of More to Be, a ministry to moms of teens and teen girls and mentors. And I'm also a life coach at elisapulliam.com. I look forward to connecting with you at both of those places where you can find biblically based resources to help you prepare yourself for the relationships in your life.